The back of the controller has 4 programmable buttons: NL buttoning, NR buttoning, ML buttoning, MR button, and 1 function setting button, FM button. You can define and change the functions of VNL in NR, ML, MR buttons yourself, or turn off their functions. NL button defaults to gyro-mapped right joystick function. Holding down the NL button to move the controller to achieve motion control of perspective movement and aiming in the game. Releasing the NL button stops using gyro mapping. In the game, we can use it to aim and suppress recoil. NR button defaults to a right stick speed limit function. Holding down the NR button will reduce the maximum movement speed of the right joystick control game camera. Release the NR button to restore the right joystick to control the movement speed of the game camera. Game camera movement speed reduced while holding down the NR button. Release the NR button and the game camera movement speed returns to normal. The ML button defaults to a left joystick press function. In the game, you can replace pressing the left joystick down, which makes the operation easier. For example, in the Apex game, we can use it to start rapid running when the character is moving. The ML button defaults to a right joystick press function. In games, it can be used instead of pressing down on the right joystick. For example, in Apex games, we can use it more conveniently for close-range attacks. Change and add back button functions. If you don't like this feature, you can also change its functional properties. For example, we use the ML button to replicate the function of the button. First, we need to hold down the ML button and FM button at the same time for 1 second, and the RGB light will turn orange and flash, indicating that the ML button has entered a state that can be changed. Then press the button once, and press the ML button again to save. The controller RGB light returns to normal and the copy is successful. We can also customize a set of buttons on one back button. For example, let's add a group of buttons for ML buttons. As before, we need to hold down the ML button and the FM button at the same time for 1 second. The RGB light turns orange and flashes, indicating that the ML button enters a state that can be changed. Then press the buttons we need to program in sequence. Can remember the duration, sequence and number of button presses. Note that up to 21 buttons can be set. The maximum total duration is 60 seconds. It will automatically interrupt and save when the conditions are exceeded. After the button group editing is completed, press the ML button again to save. At this time, press the ML button once to release the button group just programmed. Restore back button default function. For example, we restore the ML button host function we just changed to its default function. Still as before, we need to hold down the ML button and FM button at the same time for 1 second. The RGB light turns to orange and flashes. Then press the ML button again to save, and the ML button will return to its default function. Turn off the back button function. If you don't want to use the back button functionality, you can choose to turn them off. Press and hold the FM button for 3 seconds to turn off the back button functions so that they cannot be used. The back buttons cannot be used or edited at this time. Press and hold the FM button again for 3 seconds to turn the back button function back on. At this time, you can use or edit the back buttons normally. Have fun playing!